Hi lovelies, so I am going to do a talk through of the home planner today. I went straight to YouTube just because there's so much content in this one. I just know that we might be here for a good 10 minutes just going through all the pages, and I just like to do talk throughs because it was one of my pet peeves. Like before I owned a planner business, when I used to buy a planner, only having like one or two photos, like we like to know what's inside them before we buy them and commit. So that's why I like to do it. If there's any questions, obviously pop them in the comments below and obviously we'll get back to you. But as I said, I just want to give you a detailed talk through and talk through all the different sections in here and like how to use the pages. So let's get into it. First things first, obviously this comes in our signature pink with the foilings. It matches all the other planners, the home, cleaning, budget, etc. It does come in the sage green as well to match the others. I haven't got that one at home, but I've just popped a little image on the screen just so you can see it. So they're exactly the same insides. It's just obviously the cover is different aesthetics. So this is US letter size, which is just under A4. And if we get into it, this is a planner that is, we're not going to use it all the time. This is one that we're going to just keep referring back to and it's going to last years. Like the other ones, like the meal planner, the budget, cleaning, we're going to use them like sort of daily, weekly, monthly. This one, we're just going to use as and when. So the very first section is like a cleaning guide. And for me, I never really got taught. Like I grew up with a home that wasn't very clean, and my nan taught me bits. Obviously I didn't live with my nan at the time, but I never really sort of got taught how to clean things. So this is just like a sort of guide of like how to clean, like, you know, defrost your freezer, to deep clean like microwaves, ovens, things like that, little tips and tricks. So it breaks it through to like room by room into different sections. So we've got the kitchen here, we've got living room, we've got bedroom, how to clean, like how to flip like your mattress and hoover it, your bathrooms, windows, laundry, your lot. Okay, so this first little section was like almost like a guide. Then we've got like a little cleaning shopping list. So I've got one that I've done for you and then you can fill it in your own. So cleaning products and cleaning tools. We've then got like a little section of like stain guides, like what gets things off. So coffee and tea, vinegar, believe it or not, gets that off. And it's just like a little sort of thing that you can keep referring back to. If you wanted to make homemade cleaners, they're in there as well. We've then got like a little section of like towel care, like to keep them like really fluffy and fresh, like how to do that, you know, like that hotel, like when you buy a new towel, that sort of feel. Again, I only learnt this really recently, so again I just pop that in there. And then it goes into like finding out what type of cleaner you are and like how you would get into your own routine. So there's different types of cleaners, shall I say. We've got like the weekend warrior, where you just bang it all out at the weekend. You've got like your zone cleaners. So you would do like Monday, you're doing this, Tuesday, you're doing that, or you would do it, zone it via like areas of the house. So like your kitchen, lounge, etc. You've got your delegator, so you can just delegate out to different, like, you know, like Adam's he does the washing majority of the time, so that's his job. But some people like go one step further and, you know, like people have their set roles in the house. And then you've got like the speed cleaner, so every day you just do like a quick speed clean before bed. So yeah, these are just like the different ones that you can figure out. Are you going to be a weekend warrior, a zone cleaner, a delegator, or a daily speed cleaner? And these are little schedules. If whatever one you think you are, you would then fill that out. So there's those there, little templates. There's then like a little section here where you can just go around each of your house. So go around every room and write down all the tasks it would like you need to do to clean that room completely. So again, there's an example here for you, and then you can do your own one for your house. Little tasks here. Then go into like more of like a little checklist. So there's like cleaning tasks here, so you can just keep referring back to. So there's different rooms, and you can just have a little flick through here. We then go into daily and weekly and what's best for you. Again, just some more information. So there's some daily tasks there, some weekly ones here. And then some little cleaning hacks just to save you time, because we're all about that. Little speed cleaning checklist, little timer. I'm religiously always set a timer when I clean, because I love having a clean house, but I actually hate cleaning. I like the feel of of a clean house, but yeah, so I always set a timer because I don't like doing it. I like procrastinate. So yeah, always setting a timer. This is I thought this was good to put it in here. This is like a little housekeeping checklist. So you know, when people like go to clean people's houses like for a living, they normally have like a checklist, and this is like an example. So that one's in there. And then there's a little space in here for you to like create your own routine, so you can start jotting down all the information previously. You can sort of like figure out what works for you. We then go into like more of not just like the sort of weekly cleans, but more things that you would do like monthly or annually. Also like changing filters and clearing things out, etc. And then this is like a little seasonal section, so I thought this is quite cool. So obviously normally like springtime we will have like the big spring clean, and we have like a declutter. So there's some like spring cleaning ideas, and you can just tick these off as you go along. And then there's a little checklist for you to fill in your own spring clean. So there's that one there. Then there's a summer one, exactly the same, things that you would do in the summer. And then you to fill your own summer one. Same for autumn, little tick list, like cleaning mattresses, blah, 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 blah. And then your own one. And then winter. So you've got one for de-icing things, and yeah. And then a little checklist. We then go into Christmas. Honestly, guys, I told you there was loads of pages. Put a little heart if you're still with me. But yeah, Christmas. So at Christmas, we just obviously normally do like a declutter beforehand. So there's a little checklist for you to just go through and just make sure you're decluttering everything, so it's nice and tidy for Christmas. And then we've got like a Christmas clean checklist, just making sure it's like presentable, so you can just switch off and relax during the Christmas break. And then we've got the little reset after Christmas and getting ready for the new year. So obviously the first section is getting rid of the Christmas. So unload and clear everything from the cars, go around with a bin bag and collect any rubbish, you know, put things into the designated areas, book a tip run, things like that. Tip runs really get booked up, don't they? I don't know, some people don't have to like book to go to their recycling centre, but we do down here. So if you do, make sure you book it. Yeah, and it just talks you through it. So then it's like taking down the decorations, cleaning, decluttering and organising. And it's just like a little step by step. Excuse Bruno, he's just having some water. That is like the cleaning first section. We then go into decluttering. So again, decluttering, there's loads of little tips of like the benefits of decluttering, why to declutter, how to know if you've actually got clutter, little things here, and some little tips, some really good ones. Everyone does this differently, so it could be that little, I'm going to use one for example. You could do the 12-12-12 challenge, so you just locate 12 items to throw away, locate 12 items to donate, and 12 items to return to their proper home. They're just like sitting there, just like a random toy on the side in the kitchen should be in the room. So it could just be something really simple like that. But yeah, there's loads of different ideas in here. We then got like a little get started. So how are you going to get started? So this is a little how-to steps. So decluttering, the simplest way is so if you look at a room and you think, oh my God, I don't actually know where to start, I'd always grab some boxes and sort out your sorting piles. So my sorting piles are donate, bin or recycle, sell, and then I normally have like a washing basket, which is like my relocate. So if I go to a room, for instance, if I was to go to Sienna's room, I would take these boxes in there. Anything that's in there that I'm like, so she'll nick something like my perfume, or, do you know what I mean? There's something random in her room that doesn't actually belong in her room, I'll pop in the washing basket. Or another thing is if you've got your downstairs, leave the washing basket down there and put all the things that need to go back upstairs in there. So that's just another thing. But yeah, if I was to do Sienna's room, yeah, relocate in here, and then I'd go through like, so her toy box or her clothes, I'd go through them, and anything that doesn't fit but is actually like, she's only really worn once and you know it's really good quality, I would then put in the sell box. Anything that's like, oh, it's got holes in, or, you know, it's broken, bin or recycle. And anything that you want to donate to a charity shop, whoever, you can put in donate. And that's probably the easiest way to do it. But there are other sorting piles, but that's just one that I personally do. Like, you could have like a fix one. There's things that you need to fix, like sew up or, you know, glue back together or whatever. But they're like the main ones. So there's some little challenges here. So there's one for the kitchen. So the first thing you do is clear. So you're going to take a photo beforehand, clear everything out. So for instance, if I was to do, just move this up. If I was to do one of these cupboards, that one there is my storage unit, which honestly, I'll show you. It's horrendous. Because Sienna thinks she's helping, bless her, when she unloads the dishwasher and just chucks everything back in. So if I was to declutter that, I would get everything out. So I would clear it here. Let's move this back down. Take a photo, clear everything out, so empty the area, move it away from the space, so I'll put it on the table. I would then clean the area, so wipe it all down, and then I would clear it with a cloth. And then I would sort. So first of all, I would do my sort piles. If I'm donating anything, recycling anything, selling anything, or keeping everything. And then I would then place the items back in there, contain. So I've obviously already got storage containers for there. So it's just a case of putting the storage containers back in and then obviously putting them into the right categories. If you don't, that's when you would put it into the categories and then get your storage containers. And then, yeah, so that's that. And then obviously there's a little checklist for the kitchen for decluttering. So you've got like the fridge, utilities, cutlery, etc. So there is a section or a page for each room. So we've got bedroom, bathroom, office, things like that. We've then got 15-minute tasks. So again, you're not going to do this. This is what I say. It's going to take, this is going to like last you years because, you know, normally you would only really declutter, like a big declutter, like twice a year maybe, like 3 max if you obviously let it get really messy. Rest of the time you're going to maintain, which I will get to in a second. So you can just obviously keep using this and doing different tasks. So these are the 15-minute ones. If you haven't got like loads of time, you would use these ones. You've got bedroom, kitchen. So you can see how many, you set a timer and see how many you can get done. Living room, bathroom. And then we go into declutter challenges. So you could pick one of these each month, or, you know, every other month. You don't even have to do it monthly. You could just do it, you know, in your own time, and you could just tick or colour off as you do it. So this is just 30 things to declutter. So you would just pick like your bedside table one day and you would go through that. It might take you 10 minutes, it might take you an hour, and then you just tick it off. Then I've got the same for bedroom, kitchen. It's like guiding you through it. Lounge, bathroom, office, laundry utility, kids and pets, garage, miscellaneous, and then 20 items to throw. So then there's this little decluttering checklist here, and then it's just like a little page of like how to maintain it. So like people always ask about my organisation. Like, yes, I'm organised. You'd look at that and you'd think, oh my God, it's a mess. But actually that will only take me 5 minutes to redo, because obviously there's a place for everything. So everything has its place, routines. And obviously the reason it's got like that is because we've bought new things, but then haven't like taken away anything. So obviously it's just got more and more in there. So it's like the one in, one out. So if you're going to buy new plates, old plates have to go. So that is like a little bit about maintaining. And then you've got like a little section here for you to write your own decluttering. So you've got like the main bedroom, kitchen, kids downstairs, bathrooms, and then some blank ones for you to fill in your own. And then we go into organisation. So this is, honestly, I told you this is going to go on for ages because there's literally so much information in here. I just wanted to give like everything, loads of thought into all of it. So we've got organisation. So this one is just like how to organise. So prioritise, place, pick your storage in that order. Never go out and buy storage before you've actually prioritised and decluttered and actually found a place of where you want to put it, because often people go and buy the storage containers and they don't fit where, you know, where they want the space, or the space isn't practical. Always do that last. So there's a little step-by-step of how you're actually going to start doing it. So there's 7 steps there. Obviously, you can have a little read when you get it. Again, like the decluttering checklist, this is just like a little guide for you to do it. You'll just colour it in. So do it bit by bit. So organise the oils, then you would colour it off, spices, etc. And then once you've done all of it, you should then have a full organised area. So there's 2 of those. And then there's a little section of like where and how to get started. So I personally, and this is what I recommend, it says step 1 here, start with a walkthrough. So if you're looking at your house and you think, oh my God, I really want to be really organised, I don't know where to start, my house is a mess, I would literally just get yourself a nice drink, cup of tea or a cold drink, and start with a walkthrough and go through your rooms, room by room, and break down all the tasks that need to be done. So this is an example here of the kitchen. So if you look at your kitchen and you would open up your cupboards and you'll go, right, I need to sort this out. So it could be your cutlery, your Tupperware, your packed lunch boxes, your bowls, and just literally break everything down that you need to sort out in that room. And then you would then go, this is like a little walkthrough here. I'd then walk through to my hallway and I'd put hallway here, and I would go, right, okay, I need to sort out the units in the hallway. I need to sort out the shoe storage. I need to sort out this. I need to sort out that. And you list everything down. So you do a walkthrough of the whole entire house. So these are the little sections here for you to do that. And then, let me see, there's loads of pages. Once you've done that, then you can start on your room. So say, for instance, you've gone through that, you've done the walkthroughs, and you're going to start on the kitchen. I'm only doing that because I'm actually in the kitchen now. But you are going to declutter the space, okay? So before you, so say, for instance, I've done the kitchen. Let's just use my example. And I'm organising. Let's pick the top one, cutlery drawer. So we're going to declutter that. That's the very first thing we're going to do. We've chose that, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to declutter it. So we declutter it by getting everything out, we're clearing it out onto the table, and then giving it a good clean, and then we're going to organise it back. But we're going to declutter for the stuff from the table, because obviously if I go into my drawer, I know already it's overflowing. There's too much stuff in there. I don't need 30 knives and forks. Like, we barely have people over as it is. Let's get them down, etc. And you do it in that order, to declutter, clean, and then organise. Take everything away from the space that you're organising. Just make sure, because otherwise you're just going to get all flustered. So that's that. Step 3, it would be then we would sort out the storage solutions. So if you were to sort that out, and I realised actually my organiser for my cutlery is broken, or I don't really like it, it's not very aesthetic, that's when I'd buy a new one. I wouldn't then buy it first because I don't know if it's going to fit and stuff. So I'd organise, declutter it, clean it, organise it, and then I'd obviously then buy the storage solutions. So that's there. This section is like best shops and places for storage. So these are my favourite. So I've just popped my ones in there as an example. And then there's a little space for you to fill in your own. And then that's the organisation section. And then this is the last section, which is the home projects. So I don't know about anyone else, but when I come up with like a home project, I always like to sketch it out and plan out exactly how I'm going to do it. I've got things saved on Pinterest and things like that. So this is just basically going to organise all of our home projects. So this little first page here is like a wish list. So these are all the projects and things that I want to create and buy for my house. And you just list them all down. Obviously, we're not millionaires, so we're not going to be able to do them all at once, but we can just pick some off every now and again. Here is just like a little another brain dump. You can just visualize everything in your home that will make it pretty perfect in your opinion. So yeah, you can just spiral off. And then there's a little home project section. I don't know if you're going to see that because it's really faint line, but there's little boxes for you to write down all the home projects. So it could be build a pantry, it could be a bathroom renovation, it could be do up the bedroom, want to paint it, like all of the different things that you want to do. There's key dates. So in here, for instance, For me personally, right this second, a key date would be, obviously, I have a baby due in October. So I'm going to need to do a nursery. Adam's going to move in with me. I always say this, Adam's going to move with me. Basically, we've got a bedroom, we've got a 4-bedroom house, and we've got 2 little box rooms, and we never have people stay over and stuff. So, and they wouldn't be big enough for people to stay over. We've got like a sofa bed. So there are little dressing areas. Adam's got a desk in his one. So yeah, he will have to come in with me, and then obviously the baby's going to go in there. So that's like a key date. So by October, we need a nursery. Also, Sienna's starting school in September, so we want to sort of like give her room a little makeover so she's ready for big school. So again, that's a key date. So things like that, that's what I mean by key dates. Then we've got like smallish home projects. So these are ones that are not going to take much time or don't cost like loads. They, you know, sort of can do them over a weekend or a day. You would then write down the project here. You would sketch it out how you want it. So you'd do like a floor plan, or if you were organising a cupboard, like, or, you know, spices. You want to organise your spices. You want a spice rack up. You would then draw out the spice rack where you want it, and then how you're going to sort of organise it. You'd write a little shopping list here and costings and steps to achieving this project, a budget and actual spend. So there's quite a few little sections for small projects. And then obviously the bigger projects, they're going to take like more time, more money, and just more effort. There is a double spread. We've got this one here. There is small dots on here. Again, you can't really see because obviously I've got the sun coming in, but if I bring it right up, I still don't think you can see. But yeah, it's basically like a real faint line for you to just draw out your floor plan. So for instance, baby's nursery, I would draw out a big box, and then I would put, right, I'm going to put the chair there, I'm going to put the cot there, I'm going to put a little tree there, I'm going to put the changing mat, whatever I'm going to do. I would draw it out of how I envision it here in pencil, because often things get moved around. But yeah, I would put the project here, draw it out. Steps to achieving it, notes, what I want to spend, and shopping list. And then here is like a vision board. So I've got things on Pinterest that I've already saved, and I would like cut all of them out if you wanted to, and you could have a vision board of like how you want it to look. So obviously as well with these bigger projects, unless you've got like the money saved up, it's like a work in progress, isn't it? So that's that. And there's loads of pages like this. So you've got like obviously the projects and the vision. And then lastly, just like a little added bonus at the back, is like a moving house. So if you're ever going to move house, there is like a little like new home preparation checklist at the back. So you've got like 6 months before, 3 months before, 3 weeks before, 1 week before, 1 day, and moving day. And the little contact list for like, it could be estate agents or whoever, like people that you're, you know, moving people that you're using. You've got moving expenses, you can calculate that up. Little new home checklist. If you were buying, if this would be good for like someone that, you know, saving up for a home, and or you're about to buy your first home and you're sort of working out your projects, and you know you haven't bought anything for the house yet, or you're saving up for a house, you could sort of tick things off and then store them away. I remember like before I moved out, I had like a little drawer where I just go and buy like pots and pans and just, yeah, store things away. So that's that there. There's a little one for you to fill out your own. And this goes if you're ever going to move as well. So if you're in a house already and want to move, you've got like a little move-in checklist, the jobs to do, overnight bag, what to open up first, things like that. And then we've got a little notes section. So as I say, it's a very detailed planner. Anyone's got any questions, obviously just leave a comment. If you've got to the end of this video, pop a heart. And yeah, I really appreciate you for listening to me waffling on. But just as I say, so I think it's really important when you're buying a planner to know exactly what's in there. So I hope that's helped. And as I say, this is it comes in pink and sage green, and it's on the website and it's on TikTok. And yeah.